so what I want to talk about now is this new segment of the show, and you think it's okay.
And you think it's okay.
Okay, so what we're going to talk about in these segments is just bizarre stuff and stuff that really kind of irks me, and you tell me if it's okay. I know we're going to disagree on this. I want to talk to you about this. Let me just tell the story to our listeners, okay?
Yes.
And I know we got to get to music news too, and you got a lot of music news, so I'm going to try to do this as fast.
We'll do it fast.
Okay. There's this news report out of WAFF 48, Channel 48, out of Huntsville, Alabama, okay? This fella, Antoine Dotson, his sister was in her apartment. An intruder broke in, tried to attack her. Antoine heard he was in the apartment. He chased her out of the intruder out of the apartment. Luckily, nothing happened to Antoine's sister, which I want to say that. Nothing happened to her.
Yeah.
However, Antoine's niece was in bed with his sister, about a 2-year-old, a toddler, something like that, and there was a scuffle in the sister's bedroom, so there was broken stuff throughout the bedroom. The news report aired on WAFF, and Antoine was interviewed.
Yes. Okay. The interview, it hit the internet, and it just blew up because his interview was so outrageous.
He had a certain cadence to the way he spoke, and but by the same token, he was upset because his sister just got attacked.
I understand that.
So there's these fellas, the Gregory brothers. Michael Gregory runs their company. He takes newscasts, Bill O'Reilly, Sean Hannity, whatever, runs it through auto-tune. Again, we're talking about auto-tune, this ridiculous program which changes the key and makes everything line up in key. He runs it through auto-tune, puts it back on Facebook, creates a little goofy video and song about it. Within 30 days, 27 million views.
Now I know that's insane.
Insane. Now here's the part that really starts freaking me out.
I know.
They put it on iTunes. It entered the Billboard Top 100 chart. Now this is a news report from Antoine, basically warning the neighborhood that there's somebody's going to cause harm in their neighborhood, and somebody who almost harmed his sister. It enters the Billboard Top 100 chart at 89, I believe.
It's called Bed Intruder, by the way.
Bed Intruder is in case you want to purchase it. I don't know why you would buy it, but then it enters the top download list, which is a whole separate list. Billboard has been the preeminent list since I've been a kid.
Yeah.
But now there's this new download list, and it's not the iTunes list, it's just overall downloads. It enters that at 49. 49.
Now, you're miffed by this because...
I'm disgusted
You're
by
disgusted because you say this is the direction of music.
I just think that here's the thing that I think. One, and I know we're pressed for time. One, I don't think it's okay, and I'll tell you why I don't think it's okay. His sister got attacked, man. This is not something.
Yeah, I'm not saying that's.
And this isn't even a song about that. This is actually the news report, and this guy's upset. He's actually threatening the person that did it in it. I think if it was something that was made for comedy and intended for comedy, if it's a Saturday Night Live skit, that's a whole different story. This is not intended to be humorous, and it's certainly not intended to be a pop song.
However, do you know that they made all this money off of this?
I know they did.
Antoine and the family, and he moved them out, and now they're in a safe place. So, in the whole long run, it did sort of turn out okay.
I guess, yes, you have a point there, but they also had no choice but to name Antoine, because really Antoine should have gotten all the rights for it. They should have just got maybe production rights, or really that would be it, because it was really his lyrics.
It's speech that
but
they turned into lyrics.
The reason why he got paid 50% of it, and they were nice enough to split it with him, these Gregory brothers, who probably live in the Hamptons and play around on their Mac, with their program. But the reason why they split it with him is because they legally had no choice. So he got 50% writing credit. Isn't that nice of them?
That's nice.
I don't think it's okay. I know you think it's okay.
I'm not saying I think it's okay. I'm just saying I don't think it's the direction of music. You were very miffed. You said this is where music is going.
I just think it's not even a song. I mean, it won't be one thing to even write a song about it. Or, by the same token, do you think it would have been such a viral video if it was a comedy thing? I don't think it would have.
I think if it was just two guys doing that as a joke, it would.
Minus the story, yeah. So if you want, send your reaction to that story to hearditonthexradioshow.com. And if you agree with the doctor and it's just comedy, that's fine. And if you agree with me and it's just really weird and getting weirder every day, that's fine too.
All right, let's get into
music
news. Green Day's frontman, Billy Joe Armstrong, is briefly going to join this Broadway play, and it's not the American Idiot, it is the... it is the American Idiot.
I thought it was the American Idiot. Yeah, they made a Broadway show. Even that's another one. They made a Broadway show.
That's kind of bizarre, but he's joining it for 8 shows beginning October 3rd. He's going to be the main character, St. Jimmy, he's going to play the part.
So that's kind of cool, really. I mean, but they made a Broadway musical out of one of their albums.
It was a concept album. That was called a rock opera.
Right. So they made
a thing out of it. But now he's joining it for a week. So all the people that had tickets to this are going to be treated to.
Oh, they didn't know he was going to join?
No.
Oh, well, that's fantastic. Then.
What happened was the person who normally plays St. Jimmy had a family emergency. So Billy Joe Armstrong said, "I'll just step in and take the spot." So he's going to do that for them.
Did someone break into her house and attack her? Maybe?
I don't know.
They could maybe make a song about it.
Check YouTube and we'll find out. All right, but I know one of your big things is touring musicians and how what you always say is the real acts will always sell out. This week, Polestar released their annual top 20 tours list. It's a list that ranks the tours by their average box office gross per city, along with their average price per ticket. Number one was Paul McCartney with $4.5 million each city.
Makes sense. So this is gross money made. This
is average per city.
Average money made or average? What is the
average box office gross per city?
Okay, so the highest gross per city. Okay.
Yeah. So one was Paul McCartney, two was the Eagles, three we mention them all the time, the Dave Matthews Band, four James Taylor, five was Fish. That was the top five. What I found most interesting, maybe just because I'm a Dave Matthews fan, the average for Paul McCartney was $137 a ticket and change. He averaged $4.5 million. Number two, the Eagles averaged $2 million. Their average ticket price was $106. Dave Matthews Band came in at 3. I don't know if you can see my sheet.
I can't.
What do you think their average ticket price was?
I would guess it'd be around $80 or something, right?
$52.
Oh, okay, okay.
But to come in at 3,
yeah.
with where everyone else is, if you look at the rest of the list, everyone else is over $100.
Well, Kim Marie and I have a really good friend who actually paid in excess of $500 for a seat for Paul McCartney. So I mean, it stands to reason. Paul McCartney's only doing a couple of tours at really expensive tickets. Dave gives you a lot of bang for your buck, but does tours forever and ever and ever. Yeah. So I mean, that's.
So that was this year's top 5 of the summer tours, the ranking.
And it makes sense. Once again, it's real acts again. Fish is one that surprises me.
They're all real acts. Really, I'm not surprised by Fish. I know they have a huge following.
Yeah, Fish surprises me. Right. Kiss, I figured, would be on there.
We'll get into one last story here. You want to talk about Katy Perry and Sesame Street? Did you hear about this?
No.
Sesame Street's producers this week.
Even just saying it sounds funny.
Sesame Street's producers were forced to cut a segment in this week's show where Katy Perry duetted with Elmo. They had to cut it because her outfit was, they said, too risque.
You know what's so funny? Saturday Night Live last night had Katy Perry on in an Elmo shirt.
That's probably very, very tight.
It was. So it's probably it. Yeah.
I'll show you the actual.
So she's creeping out Sesame Street.
The video is online. You can still watch the segment on YouTube. I'll show you it. I don't think it was a little too. I think it's okay. Let's see if you think it's okay.
I think that you're kind of asking for it if you put Katy Perry on Sesame Street.
I mean, someone should have said before they shot the segment, "Hey, we can see some stuff."
Can you put on something different, please?
Yeah.
Well, folks, it's been a great show, and I want to thank Breakaway, and once again, Breakaway on fan page, Breakaway Band, and Breakaway Band Rocks. Breakaway Rocks.
Breakaway Band Rocks is the website.
I'm once again murdering a website. I'm just going to let you take care of this.
Every week, you will murder a website. This week, sorry, Breakaway, we will murder your website, but it's breakawaybandrocks.com.
Okay, and go to the site and by all means support that band. Next week's show, Max Weinberg, the drummer from
Mighty Max. I'm very excited to speak to him.
I'm excited too, and Underground Stampede will be here. Once again, folks, you are listening to the East Coast premier music talk show, and if you heard it, you heard it on the X.